well in comparison to a lot of other coins. I'm proud of the Cardano people, Cardano hodlers, because the Cardano hodlers are holding the line, dude.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I love this consolidation pattern. We had a daily candle, two daily candle bodies close above these three previous clusters of peaks, which is very, very good to see. Look, there's a lot of resistance above us, and we may get rejected at any point here. But in my opinion, what's happening with Cardano is very simple. As long as we remain above these three previous peaks, Cardano is bullish. If we start to peak below these three previous peaks, Cardano is bearish. That's my view on Cardano right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. The price action has been, that's what would happen. I mean, as soon as Bitcoin started to drop, Cardano's, I guess, community held the line heavily, and that's obviously because there's a bunch going on soon here with the Gogan upgrade coming up, and yeah, a lot of smart contracts capabilities will be released, and a bunch of developers, even in the past couple of weeks here, they've been having thousands of developers actually being trained on how to start working on this. So there's a lot of optimism in the market, and everybody has been. Cardano is one of those that's also been moving very slowly for the longest time. No one ever thought we're gonna go above the $1.50. We actually peaked all the way to the top to the $2.42. So right now we need to see how that plays out. Just leading up to the release, leading up to those decentralized applications and smart contracts being developed. We're gonna see a bunch happening for Cardano. And I think still the beginning. So as the fact with with big whatever's happening with Bitcoin right now is gonna affect it 100%. But it's interesting to see what's how that's going to play out now, and with the market, that the niche that they've been targeting, how is it going to affect the market, and what their holders are going to have in that sense. Because as soon as Bitcoin started to drop, man, the $1.50 levels has been holding strong. Like if you're looking at VeChain, for example, VeChain went all the way down to levels they had back in January.
Yeah.
These other smaller coins have been really dropping back to what we had back in January. Not Matic. Sorry, not Cardano. Cardano really is holding the lines. Cardano
Yeah.
and Matic, I guess. But yeah, man, it's definitely one of those that there's a lot of excitement around it. And yeah, even on a shorter time frame, maybe if you look at the 4 hours, same thing. 4 hours been playing for a while here. Every time those EMAs condense, they act as a strong resistance or support, depending if we're above or below them. And overall, right now, they were far away. We just came back to it. It's just like acting like a magnet. Right now, we're actually above all the EMAs on the 4 hour chart. So I want to see Cardano continue to hold the $1.65 to assume anything's gonna continue to move upwards. Just like you're saying, everything is in it's in a limbo. Everybody is scared. Even a movement to the upside with Bitcoin is met with a lot of speculation. Still, the market is not convinced of it. So usually it pumps for a bit, comes back down, and that's when people start to believe. So let's see if that's the scenario. Let's see if that plays out. But for Cardano specifically, man, the 4 hour chart here, I'm looking. I don't want Cardano. I'll give it a bit of leeway, but the dollar and 60 cents is where I want Cardano to 100% hold the line for.
Yeah, look, and there are a few key support levels that we could delve into that specifically. But for me, man, I feel like the main takeaway, if you're trying to understand if Cardano is bullish or bearish, the inflection point is very, very clear. And so I don't think there's a need to really overcomplicate things, because the inflection point, the point at which something fundamentally shifts with the price structure in the short term, is super, super clear. And that's these previous three peaks. So I saw someone say, thanks for the in-depth technical analysis. I know you're being sarcastic, but in this case, it's just super obvious and super clear what the inflection point is that will change the state of the price structure. And that's these three previous peaks. So as long as we continue to hold above this, Cardano will continue to be strong and could continue to trend upwards. Now, something to understand in the short term, again, just to piggyback based off what you're saying, it's really important when trying to identify shifts in trends to be able to identify bullish divergence signals. What have we been seeing here in kind of the shorter time frames is, we can go through different time frames and you can see how these different exponential moving averages have been acting as resistance. Every time Cardano tried to pump, we kept getting rejected off these levels. But what are we seeing in the short term? We flipped all these exponential moving averages, which we've held as resistance throughout this entire downtrend, from resistance into support. And we're currently trying to test this volume. So we're really seeing that strength build up with Cardano. So if we can continue to hold those EMAs as support, continue to hold these three price structure clusters of peaks as support, then Cardano's price action is bullish and could probably see a bullish continuation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of news out there, guys. We went through, sorry, these articles a couple times before. For Cardano, we'll also post this, but a bunch of milestones that's happening there. Cardano approaching Alonzo hard fork. It's gonna allow what else they got here soon. We're going to launch the Pioneer testnet and run that for 2 months and feature freeze at the end of June. Also, the blockchain hit 1 million Cardano wallets recently, and over 70% of ADA worth of 33.5 billion has now been staked in 2,500 active pools, with the figure for the same expected to hike even more as demand for the altcoin continues to climb. So they got a bunch of stuff. Their roadmap, again, bringing new functionalities to the blockchain. This will be carried out through a series of hard forks. Recently, in March 2021, the team added support for native assets with the Mary hard fork. So a lot of things going on, man. A bunch of stuff coming up. Everybody is excited. So the price action has been holding properly. It's a nice recipe for success. So let's see how that plays out. I know, our audience is divided between Cardano and Ethereum, but there's definitely the talks of not the talks, but I can see them both existing in the same ecosystem. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Both is an option as well, right? Like a lot of people find themselves either being either Ethereum or either Cardano or either Polkadot or either Algorand or either something else, or either BNB or either Solana. It doesn't have to be either or. You can choose to hold all of them if you want. So again, yeah, there's no need for that, tribalism. And yeah, man,
Oh
those
yeah,
are most of my thoughts with Cardano here.
perfect.